Hey everybody, it's PDubs. Thanks as always for hanging out upstairs with us and for checking out the channel. Wanted to catch up with you regarding AtGames. That's right, the AtGames Legends 4KP pinball machine. Are things getting better? So over the last 6 weeks, customers like myself who've actually paid for their pinball machines have been receiving them and have been able to provide what they can in regards to real-world feedback to AtGames as well as other potential customers in their gaming community regarding the quality and the performance of this particular pinball machine. We've seen an abundance of people complaining about damage in shipping, broken toppers, damage to the actual body of the pinball machine itself, as well as we've seen some real-world honest feedback regarding the performance of the games that are running on this machine. Now, feedback is a fantastic thing. It's a very powerful thing because even if the company doesn't want to hear it or their super fans or promoters, that feedback helps make the product better over time. So taking a peek here, so much so that so much feedback has come in. AtGames has been very proactive the last couple weeks with updates. What we have learned from AtGames is that they are planning on doing a big firmware update on February 20th. This firmware update will get pushed out to the machines, an over-the-air update, and supposedly this firmware update will fix the issues with these Zakaria pinball games, which is great to hear. That is fantastic to hear because when it comes to a lot of the Magic Pixel games, which you'll see it underneath item number B here, I myself have confirmed in my own testing since I received my machine that those games just aren't running smoothly. They're not running the same way they do on the ALP high definition machine. So they definitely need to get that dialed in so people are getting their money's worth out of the built-in games. Now, AtGames was nice enough to also let people know that on February 20th, they're also going to be able to then they're going to activate the actual digital lockers or download code stores on the pinball machine. So if you've pre-ordered, like myself, some of the 4K Taito games, 4K Dr. Seuss, 4K Zen Snoopy game, that's the next Zen Studios game that's going to be released, you'll be able to redeem those codes and get those machines also as of February 20th as part of that pinball, as part of that update. Now, when it comes to the actual Addams Family, you'll notice that the Addams Family game, which a lot of people have been complaining about the performance, the flipper lag is still being tested. It's still in progress. They haven't confirmed if that'll be included in the February 20th update or not. I hope it is because that's one of the that's the marquee game on the machine that I bought, the Addams Family themed game machine. So I would like to play it and have a good experience doing so. Now, piggybacking off that announcement of what's going to be happening on February 20th, AtGames also let people know that the Gottlieb games, the Legends 4K pinball packs, those games are going to be released very, very soon as well. And in fact, they put out a big post on their social media saying, hey guys, check this out. The team at Farsight Studios themselves, so we know Farsight's been working on them. They own the Gottlieb license. They've been working hard at updating these tables and porting them over to the 4K platform. The question is how good will these games look? As you guys know, when it comes to the quality of the Gottlieb games, the versions that we saw on the Toy Shock pinball machine as well as on the AtGames pinball machine, although the version on the AtGames pinball machine definitely looked a lot better than the Toy Shock version, they still just weren't up to snuff compared to console versions of pinball arcade software and playing these 22 Gottlieb games either on Steam, on your Switch, on your PlayStation, on your Xbox, etc., wherever you can play the pinball arcade platform. So although you're going to have the Snoopy games and the Taito games and those games coming out, the 4K versions on February 20th, when it comes to the actual Gottlieb games, those will be coming out February 23rd is what the latest update from AtGames says. And that's going to be part of their next National Owners Day event. So I find it very, very interesting that info about National Owners Day, if you're new to AtGames every year does multiple community celebrations where what that they call National Owners Day, where they run deals on their products as well as try to have interactive events with the community. Sometimes there's gaming challenges, prizes, things like that. So looks like we're going to get a whole lot of the 4K pack versions of games released between the 20th and the 23rd this particular year. So that's literally like 10 days away, guys. Less than 10 days away. We'll be able to get our hands on some more versions of pinball games. And hopefully AtGames will actually release that firmware update on time. Hopefully they'll release that on time, because if there's one thing AtGames is notorious for, is not being on time or delivering on dates that they've promised. Yes, the last couple updates have managed to been released as expected or as stated, but let's see if they hit the mark on this one and they continue on that path moving forward, or if there will be delays, which we have a historical record of AtGames delays. On top of that, lastly, AtGames did put out just an announcement earlier today saying, hey, the Wave 1 Batch 3 pre-order emails started going out today. This is for people who pre-ordered your Addams Family virtual pinball machine, but you wanted that bonus surround sound feedback kit that you bought separately. You wanted AtGames to pre-install it for you versus you installing it yourself. So for those people, they had to have a slight delay, recognizing the fact that, hey man, in order to get this product and for them to install it for me, I'm going to get my machine later than everybody else. Well, those machines are apparently ready to go, ready to ship out, and pre-order emails started going out. Now, in my opinion, I think that these are some good moves by AtGames in the last week and a half, some good announcements, because I myself so far am not super enthusiastic about my pinball machine purchase. We'll continue to monitor and test these games and check things out as they go along and keep you guys posted as to how I personally feel the progress is going. I think that this is good stuff. Let's hope it's all implemented as expected. That way we all can have a fantastic and enjoyable virtual pinball experience, especially for the high cost and high price of these machines from AtGames. But I definitely want to know what you guys think. Is AtGames taking the right steps in the right direction, or do you still feel a lack of confidence in this product? For me, when it comes to AtGames, I'm kind of in the I'll believe it when I see it mode and actually get my hands on it and test it. I'll have more content for the Addams Family Pinball Machine coming up very soon on my channel, including product reviews, mods, tutorials, feedback, gameplay, all that kinds of stuff. So if you're interested in that, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up on the way out, and make sure you consider subscribing to the channel. And as always, my dudes, have a great day.